I was just out adventuring around today and I came across this mine operation known as the Orizaba Mine. And there's all these buildings scattered throughout, so I say, let's take a quick look around and see what we could find. It's a fairly interesting looking cabin. There's nothing inside of it. It's just been wrecked and left abandoned. This whole wall is broke down. So there's 3 miners' cabins. This was the first one. And then there's one that's completely knocked down, and next to it is one that's halfway into ground. The plants are growing right through this bed spring. This was likely a bunkhouse where they had multiple rooms. That one just seemed like one individual room. And then the last one, before we head up, is this old stone building. And I love stone because it's always in decent condition. It's always standing. This one has a big fracture through it, however. Nevertheless, all the walls are still up. And this is the old stone cabin. I like seeing the stonework. It's always neat. And this is a neat one for sure. Okay, so for point of reference, this is where the residential section was. 3 houses for the gold mine. And then up this washout is where the mine is itself. And then there should be some other buildings. I noticed them behind this hillside on the adjacent. So we'll see those. We made it up the wash and we got a couple mines. There's one waste rock pile, but it doesn't really look worthwhile. Meanwhile, there's an incline shaft that's all fenced around. Now that one we can't make it into, but the most interesting part is this production building. That's what we want to have a look at. Let's check it out. A decent hoist, but all of the setup is gone. I don't see a wheel on it. Nothing really. But looking into this, check it out. All of the shelving, and I think maybe a smelter would have sat in that spot. Looks like it. Tons and tons of winch cable. Look how thick that is. Huge amount of it. So this is all powered up. I don't think that could ever come back to life. I seen another place where it could come back, where everything was in perfect condition. This one's the bit of an opposite of that. Looking up at the hoist, looking back down, it's been scrapped. It looks like when they abandoned this place, what I'm thinking is they just took everything of value. You know, some of these places, it's just like that. They scrap it, and others, they leave everything behind. But you do have a lot of winch cable, which is quite neat, but they usually don't take winch cable anyway. It's not worth a whole lot, and look how that's never moving again. Look how stuck that is. And then the engine to power it. I always like seeing this because it's incredibly unique to every operation. Would have pushed down on that. Some sort of meter. And that's the engine. They used a 4-cylinder. Now another operation I seen recently, they had a 6-cylinder engine used to power it. Moving along, I'm trying to see if I could get to this incline shaft, but we're looking at the building. That's it in this building, other than this ginormous tank. Look at the size of that tank. There it is. That's the incline shaft filled with tumbleweeds. Okay, we're gonna test it. Alright, it stopped now. That's a deep mine. You wouldn't think so from that small entrance. And then, yeah, someone's camping spot. They took some of the bricks from the building, and I see where they took it. But one look again. It's nice blue skies today. And then, wow. Wait, what is this? I wonder if this could be a geocache. Yeah, that's a geocache. Cool. Let's close it back up. There we go. Leave that geocache alone. I wasn't expecting that. Wow. This is a mean piece of equipment. I don't know what this tank would have been used for. If anyone knows, let me know. Pretty unique looking, just based on this design. Right across from another mine. This shaft likely connects to the other mine. I think that's just a main shaft to bring up all the equipment. Hey, tucked off into wash, I didn't notice. We'll check it out. It's a wood platform, likely used as the area where they would truck off all the materials. So the main road was probably on this wash. This was a relatively modest operation. There is the main haulage, couple houses on the adjacent side of this hill, and then lastly, we got these houses, and I think there might be a mine shaft. Right off the bat, a one-room miner's cabin, all gutted. At least it's still standing. I like to see that. Let's get out of this and keep going. This is the food pantry, which I'm not gonna go in, but I will peek through. This is where snakes love to hang out. The hood for a vehicle, all swept up into wash. Let's do a 360, looking back. Hiking back to the truck now. This is it. This was a quick look at the Orizaba Mine operation in the state of Nevada, and I just want to thank you all for coming along with me and having a look. As always, I'm gonna hike back to the truck. Thank you for watching. Put a like, comment down below, and stay tuned.